still a bit.
What's up, boys?
It's a very surreal feeling. It feels like a morning, but it's not.
Yeah, it does.
Ooh, that's what it felt like waking up this morning.
Yeah, for real.
That's what my foot felt like after standing through Death Angel, Sepultura, and Kreator last night. That's what my foot felt like. But you know what? I think the metal helped offset the pain, as did the 3 shots and 3 beers.
This looks dangerous, doesn't it?
Oh, you were doing shots last night?
Yeah, I was doing Captain Morgan. So,
That's cool.
shot of Morgan with each tall boy.
I thought those PBRs were getting you a little bit happy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were chasing.
Well, ironically, they ran out of PBR in it, and the last one of them was a High Life because I still refuse to drink Bud Light.
Well,
Not because of the whole campaign, but because it's always sucked.
yeah. And, yeah.
And because it's Miller High Life and PBR. But I don't drink that stuff.
Get this
very
party
often,
started.
so let's do it.
All right, cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Here we go.
All right.
This is Metal Nerdery.
That is a tasty beverage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That is a tasty beverage. Holy moly.
That is a beautiful...
Can you imagine that with
Brought
a
to
little
you
Bailey's?
by the Kraken Black
Oh, so
Roast
you know
Coffee
what it is?
Rum.
It's basically, it's like
Kahlua.
Kahlua.
Yeah.
that's really good, yeah.
But better.
Yeah.
That's way... You know what? Way better than coffee Jaeger. Way better. Not even a contest.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's pretty
way
fucking
better.
good, though.
Yeah, it is good.
It's still way
Damn.
better. That gets my vote. And that also...
You can make a white Russian with that. A little bit of vodka, a little of that, a little milk.
Doesn't have to be a white Russian, man.
Yes, that's what the drink's called, Matthew.
What if it's a tan Russian?
Doro found this.
Good
Hail
job,
to Doro.
Kudos
Hails
to Doro, indeed.
That Doro is a blessing.
There she is.
right.
You'd know. Well, I mean, I didn't mean that way. I mean,
being
I mean,
married to her and all.
only for like half a century or something. Quarter of a century.
Quarter, yeah.
Something.
Quarter century.
Quarter. Just a
Approaching.
quarter, man. Yeah, quarter.
Approaching.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Metal Nerdery podcast with loads of anesthesia. We got Billiam
That's me.
way the fuck over there. We got Russell
Hey.
on this side of the table, and then we got the Wheeler. There it is. He made a button.
Fuck yeah.
Just look at it. Now I can use it all the time. Russell, you want to get us into this interesting looking beer of the episode?
Yeah, what are we, 195?
Six.
196?
5.
5. That's it.
I think it's 6.
Is it 6?
I believe
Well,
it's
actually,
six.
You
no.
are number 6.
It is number 6.
It has to do with when we decide to release.
It is 6.
Oh, okay.
It is 6. Yeah, last one was 5.
All right, so, yeah.
I got us right here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Damn.
During the normal episodes, Billiam always drinks a monster beverage from Monster Energy Drinks.
It looks like a White Claw from a distance, but it's not.
And so I saw this on the shelf today when I was searching through the album covers. It's it's called The Beast Unleashed, and it actually is from Monster Brewing.
That's what I call my dick when I get ready to fuck, man. But only when it's hard, though.
I cannot
Yeah.
unsee this.
Sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
Anyway,
Doing great.
You know, the album cover is obviously homage to the Monster beverages, and this was called Peach Perfect. It is a 6.0. I don't know if this is a beer. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So we're going to crack it and find out.
Let's do it for our country.
Yeah. Take one.
Hail to the beast. And the verdict.
It is a peach soda with alcohol in it.
Okay.
It tastes like a
Very-
fucking Monster Energy drink.
It's very
Really?
light. I'm not big on the monsters because I don't ever drink them, so I'm not familiar, but it's very refreshing.
Yeah. This, to me, tastes like that with peach.
Peach. Okay.
It tastes just like the Zero.
Interesting. Yeah.
The Zero
If you
Monster.
slap that in a Bartles and James bottle, nobody'd know the difference. It's actually very refreshing.
Yeah. That's
nice-
not a beer.
it's a nice change
It's
from
I'm
the
sure it's a
crazy
malt liquor.
Malt beverage.
Malt beverage.
Malt liquor shit, man.
Easy now.
Whoa.
Yo, welcome to the Metal Nerdery Malt Liquor Corner.
Jesus.
That'll be a new segment, dude. We could do. But
Yeah.
we'd have to have like a 40 to last us for like 3 episodes or something.
Pour out some for your homies.
We'll have to pour out like half of it because most of that stuff's kind of swill. But how are you boys feeling after last evening's?
I have been
Enjoyment.
so happy. Like, that put me in the best mood.
I think I needed it. That's the first show I've been to since all the plague stuff
And
started.
that's part of it. Like, I saw you have a good time. And
Yeah.
I totally dug that.
Yeah.
That was
It was just good to get out because I was
Yeah.
kind of wound up about it and sort of worried that it was going to be like all the I wasn't crazy about the TSA style checkpoint at the front, I guess, with like emptying your pockets, doing all that. But
Yeah, they've done that for
again,
years.
it's
That's
become
the
a
norm
thing.
now.
I think with
Yeah.
metal shows is pretty much.
They've done that
And
for
I'm
years.
fine with it. You know,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm fine with it. Fuck. You know.
It does make you wonder though if they're kind of like with the TSA with the,
Well,
the
I don't-
vape pens, kind of like, go ahead, doesn't matter.
I don't want fucking Antifa coming in there with goddamn
What soup cans?
pepper sprays and it's stupid shit. You
They're
know what I mean?
communists,
Yeah.
dude. They can't afford shit.
So
have to steal
I'm
it.
fine with the checkpoints. You know.
But the setup in the establishment's nice. I mean, you pull into the parking deck; it's connected right there to the masquerade, which
Yeah.
was the only
Convenient, much more convenient than the previous masquerade.
Yeah.
Oh
where
yeah,
you had to walk.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking long ass parking lot.
The only thing that made me the only time I got really uneasy all night, was seeing the homeless tent city kind of on the streets and stuff,
Yeah.
but mainly B, seeing like the garbage in the stairwells and feeling like I touched all the homeless COVID AIDS on all the handles going up and down the steps.
Well, here's what you do: you don't touch the rail.
Yeah, but I'm crippled, so
I know
kinda
I know
have to
that
use
you
it.
need to. Yeah.
And that's why as soon as I
You
could
all right
wash
over
my
there?
hand,
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like,
Okay.
I gotta wash my hands.
No, my biggest fear in going down those stair rails is somebody's going to plant a deuce right there on the fucking stairs. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because they do that kind of shit. They come in there and fucking pee, and it was just,
Especially with what people eat these days. I mean, they could have a clear shit. You wouldn't even know it's there. It's just until you feel it and it's too late.
But yeah, the actual convenience of the parking deck, that was super.
That's
nice.
great.
Yeah.
That's almost like teleportation. It's like you literally get out of your car, you walk a few steps, go down a flight of stairs, boom, you're there.
Yeah. But so that was my first trip to the new masquerade.
Mine too.
Yeah,
Mine as
and
well.
I liked it. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have the ghost in the walls that the old one did. You know what I
Right.
mean? That feeling when you walk in there. I
But
mean,
the sound is amazing.
Sound is
God
great.
damn, it sounds
Yeah.
so good.
It sounds. I mean, that's the one thing about the
1,000
old.
times better than
the
the old
old
Masquerade.
masquerade. They always had the first couple songs were usually like dicking around at the board trying to get it
Yeah.
dialed in, but every band sounded immaculate. Like the
Yeah.
mix was perfect. I didn't even wear fucking earplugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And usually I do that because the sound is just so grating. But even this morning, like my ears aren't ringing.
Yeah.
Like it was solid loud, but it wasn't so loud. It was like,
It's almost kind of like, okay, so let me go back a night before where I went to Godsmack on Thursday night. And
you had a busy week, Russell.
yes, and I'm feeling it. But you'll see the comments that Andrew and I put on about it not being loud enough, and it was clear. It was similar to last night. You could hear everything. You could hear it, but you didn't feel it. Now last night I felt it because
Yeah.
we were indoors.
Right.
And, it was great.
Especially when Sepultura went up.
But it's almost like they
Yeah.
got the sound system so good now that it almost like they were in the past, they were overcompensating just by cranking everything up. And now they got the mix better. The speakers are better. Something's better.
Right.
Because
Right.
you would go to the old masquerade and you would leave there with your ears ringing for 3
Yeah.
days, and it
Much shorter ceiling too, though, at the old masquerade.
Yeah, that's true.
This
Yeah,
place had like
for
more
sure.
room to rise, and actually, it was set up like a fucking massive stereo system because it was
Yeah.
basically 2 mains left and right. So it's like you're standing in front of a ginormous fucking stereo system,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is the band.
Right.
instead of those side fill type,
Yeah.
old school speakers, these were like real high.
But it
high
sounded
end.
great everywhere you walk. Like you could walk anywhere in
Yeah.
there, and it sounded
Yep.
perfect.
Yeah.
So whoever, kudos to the
Sound techs.
builders and the sound techs, I guess, at the
Engineers.
masquerade. Because I have a feeling they probably said, well, look, if we're going to move into a new facility, y'all got to fucking listen to us because y'all done fucked up the mix. The other place takes us forever trying to dial that shit in. We're going to have a say in this thing, how it's built.
I know the owner of the masquerade, and he sounds nothing like that.
I think you're wrong, dude.
Yeah.
I just think you're wrong.
Speaking of that, I mean, who was the first person we saw?
Tim Hurd.
Jesus. A local Atlanta legend.
Everybody knows fucking Tim, dude. Everybody.
That's
He
hilarious.
is, I guess he's like the Atlanta Metal Druid. He's literally at every,
The Druid.
Yeah,
he is the druid.
I'm excited to see him now, though. Like whenever I say, "What's fucking Tim Hurd?"
Well, it's kind of like it's not an Atlanta metal show unless Tim Hurt's
Yeah,
there.
he's got to be there. He legitimizes the show.
It's a prerequisite for the
Yeah.
show. It's got to happen.
Like Pantera, what they probably called and said, "Look, is Tim Hurd going to be there? Because we need his,
Yeah,
his,
we can't. If he's not available, we need to rebook the tour because we gotta fuck the rest of the cities. But in Atlanta, if he's not there, we can't come.
Yeah.
And for those of you that, which is all of you don't know who Tim Hurd is, when we were youngsters playing in our local thrash metal scene, Tim Hurd was a guy that we met at shows that
Every show.
He managed a friend of ours' band, got him great gigs. And he always told these wild stories about hanging out with all these bands. And, of course, we're 16-year-old, like, skeptics. And we're like,
really?
This guy's full of shit. Right. In our heads, he's just talking. And then, we go to the Metallica show, and you see him behind the stage with all the credentials around his neck. He's, like, touring with them as a roadie.
Wearing the credentials.
Doing
like
the lights at a U2 show.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, that was legit.
So he's a lifer.
Yeah, he has been a lifer, man. He's a nice guy. So
It's weird. He looks about the same too.
yeah, he
Pretty
ain't changed
much.
Yeah.
No, same
Maybe
hair.
a little.
Yeah.
The hair might be a little grayer than before, but
Yeah,
other than
well-
that, he's still the same dude.
Same guy. Yeah.
You know what was so funny about last night too? The fact that those three bands have been going since the '80s. It kind of had that feel, especially the three of us going. It kind of had that feel of being back in
The 80s.
like high school
Yeah.
and like going to shows and
I
shit.
saw
100%.
faces that I saw 30 years ago, or longer. I saw people at the show that I don't know, but I know their faces because we
Yeah.
saw them at shows that back in the day, and that was really cool.
I
And
still swear to God that one guy was. I thought Doug Stanhope literally walked by. I was like, "There's no way that's famous Atlanta American comedian
I
Doug
wouldn't-
Stanhope."
I wouldn't know Doug Stanhope if he was sitting next to me.
It looked a lot like him, but it turns out it wasn't. It was like his doppelganger,
Right.
Yeah.
doppelganger, which
The
means he
wa-
looks just like
the
him.
Walmart version.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
but it was kind of freaky. I was like, wow. But I mean, the whole vibe felt like a fucking.
it did.
Like it's the third time I think I've seen Death Angel. I saw him headline when Forbidden came back in 1990. Excellent show.
Yeah.
I saw him open for Slayer and Anthrax back in I think it was 2016, and then now saw him open for this show. So
They fucking killed
every
it too.
time they
Oh my God.
destroy. Yeah,
They killed it.
Every one of those bands. Well, we didn't see the first band, so we did
that's the
miss
only one we missed.
Spirit World.
Spirit
Yeah.
World, I think is what they're called. And judging by the little clip of video that Andrew sent me when we were driving down there, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like it would have been a fun show.
Now, were they local or no?
I don't think so. No, they were touring with them.
Okay.
But out of Death Angel, Sepultura, and Kreator, any one of those bands could have headlined.
For sure.
And I almost, I don't want to say I wanted less Sepultura or less Kreator, but I would have liked maybe one or two more songs from Death Angel because they were so fucking good.
They really were.
Oh
man.
my
It was,
God,
I mean,
they
it
were
was
good.
insane.
Yeah,
Just the musicianship. Those
Yeah.
guys are fucking sick.
And that dude can
Sick.
still belt out those
Yeah.
fucking.
dude, he was
Damn.
hitting some screams that were just unbelievable. Just like, dude, how's your
I'm thinking about it. It's got to be, they're older guys now.
Yeah.
They've gotten through their party years.
They're fucking older probably than we are and or our age, and they're
Death
way better
Angel's our
shape.
age. I would say a
other
couple of the
guys
guys
are
in
older.
Sepultura
Yeah.
are older, and
Yeah.
Kreator's definitely older.
Yeah.
But I guess they've gotten through their party years, and they're just good musicians now. They're like fucking honed their craft. I was blown away. I mean, the first band you see is Death Angel, which could headline any fucking show at the
Yeah, they
Masquerade.
could have. Anybody there could have headlined. It could have been interchangeable.
and they played and a thought for this broadcast, maybe play some of the
podcast.
new stuff from each band because we know the classics, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was great to hear the classics, but there were songs that Death Angel played, Sepultura played,
Yeah.
and Kreator that I haven't heard. I still liked them.
I thought it was cool how that a lot of the new shit easily kind of intertwined with some of the old stuff.
Well, they just have that sound,
Like when Death Angel played Voracious Souls, I remember it being faster back in the day,
yeah,
but it seemed like it was heavier.
yeah.
And somebody else did that too. I forget who it was. It might have been it was Sepultura, I think. I think when they played Territories and they heavied it up compared to like the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just was like all the difference. It's like, holy shit. And as much as I loved all three bands last night, I think Sepultura was the one that kind of capped it for me.
It was for me too.
They were pretty fun.
It was kind of like
Yeah.
gold, also gold, and then third tier
Platinum.
gold. It wasn't
Yeah.
gold, silver, and bronze.
Right.
They were all gold, but that was the first time I'd ever seen them.
I know more Death Angel and Sepultura, so to me they were. I wouldn't say they were better, but they shined more.
Yeah.
You know, just because I know less of Kreator.
Yeah.
But damn, man,
Out
they
of
were all so
Kreator's
good.
Kreator's whole set, I probably need 4 songs. You know that I've heard and know, because I never bought later stuff from Kreator or their I primarily kind of ended with Kreator in the late '80s. You know, as far as buying their
Their
stuff.
new shit is brutal though.
Yeah,
It's absolutely.
It really is.
But so I thought it was fucking amazing. I'm really glad we did it, because honestly,
I'm glad you talked us into it.
Thursday night, going to see Godsmack, which was.
You had to gut through it. So this was redemption, I guess.
I
for
think
Thursday.
if Godsmack was at the Masquerade
It would've been
or a smaller
incredible.
venue,
Tabernacle.
Yeah,
It would have been
Tabernacle,
great.
yeah.
It would have been great.
yeah,
And I'm not saying that Godsmack can't still play amphitheater or an arena. I mean,
sure,
they're
but the sound,
the sound
yeah.
just wasn't there for me.
So it sounds like the sound was kind of like a hot dog down a hallway.
It's also right there. You go.
sort of
It's also atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you're in a smaller venue,
more
it's
atmosphere. Yeah.
I mean, I will say, just give a quick review of that one. Sully could sing. God damn, he was good. I mean, vocally, he sounded great. The
Yeah.
guitars, everything was nice. Shannon Larkin was the highlight of that show. The drummer for
That dude's a
Godsmack,
wizard.
fucking amazing. And
Also, so Zero ASMR.
Wrathchild America ASMR.
Yeah. Both those bands ASMR.
ASMR.
But what I was saying is, after going to that show and then going to work Friday morning, because I didn't get home till midnight Thursday night, and I was at work at 6 Friday morning, and all day I was suffering, and I was like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to do this tonight."
Without cocaine.
Yeah. And, went home, took a 45-minute nap, and kind of rallied.
Really? Sometimes that's all it takes, man.
The ride there, I was still a little bit, but once we got there and I saw the black shirts and the patch jackets and the metal shit, it was just
Okay,
like,
we're
yeah,
back home. This is good. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we're with family now. Everything's good.
It was just, that was the other thing. It was just the vibe, man. Just going to, I kind of forgot how much when you go to a show like that, that's more like,
It's family.
I'm with my people.
Yeah.
you know, as opposed to all these other people who are not your people.
And everybody was great. I mean, there was the one fella that had a little bit too much to drink.
Sure.
But he wasn't bad. You know, he just kind of fell a little bit. And they nicely walked him
Right.
away from the merch table.
Oh, was
Right.
that the dude that
the
you
hairy
gave
arm guy? No, that guy was fine.
Oh, okay.
The guy you were talking about was fine. No, the guy, I think it might have been his friend, though. He was
Okay.
standing there.
Yeah, he was like,
He's a big fella.
yeah, he was.
He looked,
was
like he looked like a Sasquatch.
Yeah, he was
Hair on
gnarly.
his- yeah, hair and all down his
Well, like you could like cornrow it up or something.
Yeah,
pretty
it
much.
was-
Wow.
And he was wearing a tank top. Yeah. I'm like, please don't touch me, your arm hair. It's just gonna freak me the fuck out. Please don't do it. Please.
Put it in pigtails.
And he wasn't bad. He wasn't like he wasn't an angry
He was
drunk.
just
he was
sloshed.
just drunk,
Right.
and he was falling into the merch table and shit. And
That's no bueno.
yeah, so they I don't think they kicked him out. I think they came in and kind of took him to the back of the hall. But
I think the way they had the merch table laid out was brilliant because it wasn't cramped and it was easy to get to. It was like they were wide enough to where you could look at everything and see it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like I got an extra large Sepultura shirt and I said extra large and the dude handed it to me and then he kind of was like, wait a minute. He put that one away and grabbed another one because I guess maybe he thought he got a large instead, but
I probably should have got an XL.
and it fits beautifully.
That's a badass shirt.
That is a badass.
That was the shirt that I was waffling between that one and this
And
one.
that's got the
That's
dates on the back.
badass.
See, I like what mine says on the back. I just love that. Hate everyone. Hate Uber. Alls.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. But
15.
I wish I had the dates on it.
The jersey though is badass.
Yeah.
That's very
Billion
cool.
bought a Sepultura soccer jersey, and it's killer.
yeah.
And it is the same colors as Brazil. I saw some other thing this morning on Instagram.
The only thing I wish, that's got, it has a number 84 on it.
Yeah.
I think it should have the number 23 on it for 2023.
But that's probably their year of establishment.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
guessing.
my
It could
guess
be,
is. Yeah.
but
so.
you could do one for each year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's I don't know, just a thought.
It's still a badass shirt though. I mean,
It is,
it's
yeah.
very striking.
Yes.
There's no. I bet. I mean, that just looks rad. If you wear that out in a crowd, people will know exactly what that is.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
The Kreator shirts were badass.
Yeah, they were. That's
The
one of
Death
those
Angel
things.
shirts were badass.
Like if I was rich, I would have just gone up there with my card
give me
and
the
or
table.
like $20,000 of cash.
give
and
me
like,
a-
just give me whatever you got and whatever sizes. I'll fucking figure it out at home.
Oh yeah,
The
Kreator had a
hoodies.
hoodie that was killer.
They all had a hoodie. I wanted to get
Yeah.
a Death Angel hoodie, but I just couldn't. Thought about getting a Sepultura hat, but I didn't want to like do the thing on my belt loop. I'm carrying my hat around there.
Yeah, put it on your head.
I was already wearing a hat though, dude. I mean, then it looked like Sherlock Holmes. Like two hats.
Put a hat on a hat.
You put your hat on
hat
a
with
hat.
two fronts.
Yeah.
could
Two
do that.
ass sides.
A hat on a mat.
Holy shit.
See what I did there?
All right. Thank you. Good night.
Logic.
Yeah. So
Hangover logic, man. Not
so
hungover.
yeah, so we get there, nice crowd out front, death row, you got everybody smoking, including me.
Death row.
That's what my boss calls it, the smoking area. Oh, death row.
Death row. It's because we want to be here.
Yeah. And
We're happy to be here.
and immediately I felt like it was, 1989 at the Masquerade, I mean, it just looked like that scene.
It brought you all the way back.
Yeah, it really did.
It's like that,
yeah.
but cleaner.
Yeah.
That's the only real upside about the being where it is now at Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole
It's
vibe
certainly
is cleaner. But you remember last night when we were outside, I think it might have been before Kreator, and it was like when you go to the old Masquerade and kind of hang out by the little walkway.
Yeah.
Like that went to behind the stage and the bathrooms and the load-in area.
Yeah.
And it felt like we were kind of standing in that same place.
Yeah.
Which anybody that's Masquerade familiar with both the old and the new would totally be away.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And it was cool. Again, I hate that we missed the first band, but we did get there like 5 minutes before Death Angel started. Or 10 maybe 10 minutes.
That's another thing too. The old Masquerade. Okay, doors open at 6. We're going to start at 12:30 at night.
Yeah. Exactly.
We'll finish up about 4:00 in the morning when everybody's exhausted and falling asleep.
No,
They
every
were
band,
right on it.
yeah, and they ended right on it.
Chop,
it
chop,
was,
chop, chop, chop.
It was very professionally run for sure.
Quite.
Yeah, there was no bullshit. What do you call them? Encores. you know when Sepultura quits playing and "Easy Lover" by Philip Bailey and fucking Phil Collins comes on, they're done.
Right.
Well, when the house music comes on, that's pretty much like it's over. I was kind of waiting for maybe like one more off of Beneath the Remains somehow, but like I didn't know.
Dead
what,
embryonic cells would have been great.
I didn't know what would have
Yeah.
been like their Inner Sandman. They would have had to come
Might
back.
have been that.
Or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, Arise was kind of that
Arise,
too. God,
yeah.
that was so fucking good.
They
All of it.
covered a pretty good
Jesus.
swath of
Yeah,
material,
they did.
really.
Yeah.
They didn't really leave out
That
much.
killer opener though.
The Isolation. Can we get a little bit of that just to kind of wake us up a little bit?
Yeah.
As soon as that started and the intro started, I was thinking, oh, it's about to go fucking ape shit.
And what a fucking presence that guy is on stage.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy's like 9.5 feet tall. I mean,
He looks like a
He's
fucking
massive.
like a TV wrestler. I mean,
he looks like a
big
commando. He looks like he could have literally hunted with like Arnold and,
but he sells the songs. You know what I mean? Just his presence matches his sound.
Yeah.
So perfectly. It's like, God, that guy would just fucking kill you.
And he's,
just crush
he's probably like the nicest fucking dude
Yeah,
ever.
Of course he is. Yeah.
But it's like his stage presence is very like
Intimidating.
Yeah.
that was my first time seeing Sepultura, and I'll definitely be going to see them again. It was, I mean, again, every band was solid gold last night, but I mean they were fire.
Yeah.
And then you hear that, and it's like, uh-oh.
God, that drummer.
And they were even louder than Death Angel. I remember you made
Yeah.
the comment like, oh, it's going to be louder.
That was so good, man. Oh yeah. Damn.
And on that sound system, just this part, holy shit, that was like, oh.
Yeah, feel it in your chest. Mark the time.
My tits aren't big enough to do tit fucking, bro. Can't pull it off.
Definitely mark the time.
Yeah, that can't be loud enough.
I don't think they had his mic up at the very beginning because he was screaming and there was nothing.
Really?
Yeah, like right here when he starts to scream. Yeah, he was going. Couldn't hear that.
And nailed it. Note perfect, too.
Drummer.
I remember we kept commenting on the drummer. There were so many
Yeah.
times that I laughed last night, and the laughter was strictly just from being blown out of the water. Like,
I'm the same
how the
way.
fuck? Because that drummer, it's like he had fucking 9 arms, man. I'm like, how are you, like 9
He
arms?
was killing the
And
drums
then
too.
every
man.
once
Just-
in a while, he'd hit like a little timbalico with
Yeah.
a bell. Ding!
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, fuck, that was cool.
But
It was
it's
so
like
cool.
he was hitting all the notes, and he was doing it just ease. I was like, holy shit, this is
Yeah,
fucking
I don't know that
ridiculous.
dude's name, but he's fucking blessing us for
He's
sure.
a newer-ish, recent-ish drummer, I think. I don't know if he just joined on the latest album.
So
or
I
not.
mean, really, who's left? The bass player from the
no,
original.
Andreas Kisser.
The guitar.
He's been there from the beginning.
God, he shredded too. Holy,
For a minute there, I thought Roger Waters was on bass.
he did look like him. He did look like him.
He did a little bit.
That was funny as shit when you said that, because as soon as you said it, I couldn't unsee it. I was like, it looked more like a haggard
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't him, but it reminded.
beer
That's the first thing I thought
beer
was.
drinking Roger Waters.
Yeah.
Maybe that was what last night was, the night of the Doppelgangers. You know, Roger Waters and Duck Stanhope. You know,
Yeah,
who knows? I don't know.
But you know, I don't like Sepultura. It would be hard to be another band playing a show with them because just the ferociousness of the music.
I like ferociousness, though. That's a better
Ferociousness.
word. Ferociousness.
Ferociousness.
You get the most ferociousness.
Ferociousness. That's the band name of the stoner band.
Fuck yeah. Ferociousness.
Yeah.
Stone Ferociousness.
Yeah. I like
Digging
it.
it.
Stone ferociousness.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like every band was as good as them last night, but it's just their music in general and how tribal and primal it is.
That's
you know?
the thing, I think, with Sepultura that gets it. I mean, and again, you know, not even taking away anything from the others, but it's just they've got that other almost, it kind of almost appeases like your inner caveman in a weird way.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like
exactly.
tribal caveman thrash metal. I don't know how else to say it, but yeah, what was the drummer's name? Was it Eloy Casagrande?
Something like
That's a fucking metal as fuck name for a drummer. So he's
got a
been
big
with them
house.
since 2011.
He's got a huge
Big
house.
house.
Yeah.
It's a big house over yonder.
All right. So Paulo
Apollo Jr. He's been there, I think, since the beginning.
84. Yeah. So they did start in 84. So that does make sense.
And ironically, also plays bass, just like Roger Waters played bass.
That's what I'm saying.
See what I
yeah.
did there?
That's what I thought.
I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
I think now I see that
What
you
I saw?
see that I
Yeah.
saw what you did there.
From my distance, that's what I saw. It's like, holy shit, Roger Waters is filling in.
Yeah.
And by the way, let us all give thanks to Billiam for being our chauffeur
God,
and
that was amazing.
being
Thank
the
you.
most
Yeah.
excellent navigator.
Yeah. He got us there safe, got us home safe. I
I would recommend you do a friend. I'll give you a good Yelp review. I don't even use Yelp, but I'll do it. Did you recommend Bill for a ride? Fuck yeah, I would.
Bill's a guy.
Bill's a dude, man.
The dude.
The dude.
What kind of ride?
You know what else I liked about last night? And I don't know if I've noticed it as much in the past, or maybe I didn't pay much attention to it in the past, but I think now that bands, like when they have like their kind of house music before they go up.
Yeah.
I almost get the feeling that they're basically like, hey, this is the shit we want to listen to. Because like last night they were playing Dio, We Rock, they played War Pigs, and people were fucking singing along to that shit, which was beautiful.
Of course.
And it was like, to me, that was almost as much fun as seeing the artist perform, because it's like getting to hear that shit on a better stereo system.
Balls to the wall.
Yeah, I think they get to pick their lead up music. It seems like, Now I don't know where fucking Easy Lover came from. That was a little. It was like they played Easy Lover, and then right after that was 2 Minutes to Midnight. So it's like, whoa,
it could have been Shooflay on the playlist, or it could have just been one of those guilty pleasure.
No, it was Run to the Hills.
Oh,
they played that too, because I was singing that.
Or
in
maybe
the bathroom.
maybe that too. I don't know.
I did hear 2 minutes.
Okay. Then I guess Run to the Hills was later.
Yeah,
it did play both.
But yeah, I think the bands definitely pick their lead up music because
that almost made it even more fun. I'm not sure how many shows I remember in recent years where you heard stuff before they come on that it's like, oh fuck, that sounds like something I'd have in the.
Slipknot always does AC/DC.
Yeah,
and they did that when we were in Salt.
Right.
They did For Those About to Rock, and during one of the during that part is with they have one of those like speed thing. Like, all right, so you got a curtain in front of the stage, right?
Yeah.
But when that fucking curtain disappeared, it wasn't like it just dropped. It like it got sucked into something. It was like,
really,
it was cool as shit.
I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was cool as shit.
Get sucked into something.
Well, you know what I mean? It was like they probably had some kind of like vacuum thing, and then the whole like curtain just like disappeared.
It's like a massive auto suck, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah,
like a massive one.
Yeah.
And you were saying the only thing that would have made that show better last night.
Slayer would have closed it. That's the only way you could have made that show better.
Yeah, that's really about it.
That's it.
It was perfect. It was a thrash lovers fucking show.
It really was.
Yeah, and it was really a bargain for what tickets for like $30, but I mean for those three bands alone. And again, our apologies to SpiritWorld for not getting to catch them.
Yeah, I would
early enough because Atlanta traffic, but for that money, that was really affordable. Even the merch prices, I mean, relative to 20 years ago, 30 years ago, pretty reasonable.
T-shirt, you're going to pay $30-$40. I mean, it's just the way it is.
But I mean, it was overall. If when they come to your city, fucking go see them
for sure.
You will. That'll be the best money you've spent.
Well, I'd never seen Kreator, and they were great. I mean, they were really good. Millie fucking did not disappoint. He did, I know he's German.
I dig his presence on stage. He's got that very distinct.
Every once in a while, I heard Arnold, though. I swear to God, every once in a while, he would say something. Yeah, I'm like, it's fucking Arnold.
Time to tell the roof of this place.
Yeah.
I think when he broke out the flag, that was cool. That was when I was like, oh shit, it's
Flag of Hate.
real. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good shit.
I think the one song they played that I'm glad they played, which is kind of ironic, other than Hate Uber Alles, was Satan is Real.
Yeah.
Because when they played that, it was just, I was like,
Satan is real.
I mean, it's true, But I mean, it's still, it's
666.
just like, And that's the newer stuff that sounds badass.
They did play Extreme Aggression. They didn't play Terrible Certainty, which is one of my favorite songs, but it'll be okay.
Flag of Hate. I think
Flag
they
of
played
Hate
Pleasure
was
to
good.
Kill too, right?
They did play.
They did play that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great show, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they killed it.
Yeah.
The musicianship too. Millie was good. I didn't realize Millie could shred.
Oh, dude, he's like the Dave Mustaine of Kreator.
I didn't realize that. I thought he was more the James Hetfield of
I mean, kind of both in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was fucking good. And I love the fact that guy was playing that old school Ibanez
That was
Explorer.
kind of cool. That was very, very 2 minutes to midnight-ish.
Very 1985, 86.
Yeah.
It was killer. So I was digging the equipment last night. And Death Angel's lead guitar player broke out the, or was it them or Sepultura broke out the Bumblebee? The Van Halen.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a Van Halen guitar I saw.
The black and yellow one.
It might have
black and
been. It
yellow.
might have been Sepultura.
It was the Van Halen 2 black and yellow Bumblebee.
Looks like they got a couple travel days because they played last night in Atlanta and they're going to be in Dallas on the 22nd. So I guess they got the weekend off. The Tuesday they'll be in Dallas, Texas. And then San Antonio, Phoenix, San Diego, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, and then May 31st they'll be up in Vancouver. Good day.
Then back down
That's
to
a
Utah.
weird schedule. Vancouver to Utah to Colorado to Minnesota.
Yeah, well, Washington to Vancouver makes sense. But, yeah, back down to Utah is a little...
And then Minneapolis, Chicago, and then Toronto. Okay. Well,
they're playing a lot.
yeah, they are playing a lot. But you could hear it. I mean, like...
They were tight.
God, every one of them were just dead on. Precise.
I still can't get over Death Angels. Their whole... Like, I don't know what they did, but like you said, they could have headlined that show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And their stage show, their presence,
their frontman skills.
Yeah, frontman was ridiculous,
Yeah.
and his vocal was ridiculous. Like everything was just like,
yeah.
I was blown away by
Their
them.
energy too was like super. Everybody's energy was through the roof, but I think Death Angel probably had that super,
the most.
Yeah.
like a real true
Yeah.
opener to set the tone. Like way the
Yeah.
fuck up here,
And they
it's like,
fucking
all right,
did it. They nailed it.
Raise your A game, guys.
Yep.
Bring it up.
And what was super cool about that is I can't remember the last time I went to a show where the singer enticed the audience to start a pit. You know what I mean? Where they're telling them to start a fucking pit, you know. You just don't see it's old school. You don't see it that much anymore. I'm sure, a lot of smaller bands playing smaller clubs do that shit.
Sure.
But to see those guys sitting there calling for a pit and right before goddamn ultraviolence.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was so fucking
And us old fuckers did not.
No, I kept, man.
I wanted to, but man, I can't.
Nah,
I can't.
we're way out of shape for that.
I would have been the guy that being picked up constantly, and I probably would have thrown out a knee and had to leave.
I would have probably re-broke my leg. No thanks.
Yeah, but
It looked so enticing.
it did, and I had just enough liquid courage. I was like, I think I can go up there for a minute. I could go up there just for a minute.
Right.
Yeah, they'd have been carrying
That's what
me
you
out.
think, but you can't do it.
And y'all would have had to, fucking take me to the hospital or something. It just would have been a bad deal.
Yeah, I'm not going to Grady. Sorry.
No,
Or Burger King, for that matter.
just drop me off in a ditch. I'll get just as much
All right.
care.
Tuck and roll. We're going to go for 15 mph. Are you ready?
So,
How about a little bit of the, I think it might have been the killer opener from the Humanicide, the latest Death Angel.
yeah.
They played that toward the end, I think. And I think when they launched into that, it was, I think the chorus is like, all hope is lost. I don't know if that's the chorus I think it's the chorus of the song, but I'm pretty sure it's the killer opener on Humanicide.
Yeah.
But they played that near the end, but it was amazing when they kicked into that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I think this might have been the encore.
Or the last one they played.
Because I think they had this as the intro music, and then they all came in.
It sounded just like this.
Except really loud.
Sounded just like this.
It really did. Yeah.
Even now, I'm kind of getting chills thinking about it from last night.
I like his voice better now.
Yeah.
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Bone.
Man.
Fucking guitar work on God, I want to see that again. I really want to go see Death Angel soon. I hope they come back headlining.
They'll have to come back on this tour. Hopefully, with the success of this tour, they'll go for like another leg or maybe add on like another.
Well, maybe Death Angel will come back with some, openers.
Maybe they could come back as a headliner. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. They
came back as a headliner. Sorry, dude. I'm a little foggy from the vomit and alcohol last night.
Did you drink too much vomit?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I just, you know what? I'm just trying to cut out the middleman. It's like, fuck drinking alcohol and then throwing up. It's like, I'm just gonna go straight to just drinking the throw up.
Yeah.
Looks like Millie's only 55.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's also like extremely healthy and like into exercise and yoga and stuff.
He's saying he's 55 years old. Was he the first singer or creator?
I think he's been the only singer for Kreator.
Yeah.
And they've been around since the fucking early 80s.
That's what I'm saying.
So
He's 6 years older than me.
Yeah, their first album was 85.
So that means he was a child probably when that came out.
Okay.
He was born in 67.
Okay.
He's
so
6 years older than
holy
me.
shit.
Yeah.
So he was like, holy shit. So in a way,
He was like 16 when their first album came
okay,
out.
wait. He was like the Death Angel of Germany in a way when he started because he would have been a child and Death Angel were children when they started. See what I did there?
They were in high school when they were on their first tour. Death Angel was.
Yeah, but I mean, if Millie is only in his mid-50s now.
Well, you know what? The same thing, though. Like Larry
He would've been
Lalonde
like 18, 19 maybe.
from Possessed. And
They got started early. You know why? Because they didn't fuck it up by going to higher education and shit like that.
In one of those documentaries, I think it might have been either Get Thrashed or The Murder on the Front Row, Larry Lalonde was talking about when their first album came out, he was still a sophomore in high school. Like, he's walking through the halls and people are like, hey, you're the guy in that band.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're the dude, man.
Yeah, but so I guess Millie's the same way, probably the same age. So.
Yeah.
Wow, so he's been doing this now fucking 40 years.
40 years almost. Yeah. And so that 55. He was 15 when they're 16 when their album came out.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
That is insane, man.
Holy shit.
All powerful Germans.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, now we got to hear a little bit of Kreator.
Well, that makes a little more sense because he didn't look that old.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we should either hear Russell's shirt as described on the
Yeah,
back,
this is
or
fun.
we should hear Saint Israel, or anything off the newer-ish stuff.
You know, something you had it pulled up a little while ago, but I didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't get the date.
Fucking
When did Derek Green start with Sepultura?
Late 90s, I think. It was
So
after
he's been there
Roots.
a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like 97.
Okay.
Yeah, because at one point he mentioned going back and doing old shit, and I think they did some stuff.
So the
maybe
song
off
that we played a
Against.
little bit ago, was that him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That came
Yeah.
out right
Because I have a hard
after-
time. I can't tell the difference between him. It's
Yeah,
different.
that was our last album that came out in
yeah.
19, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
19 or
right
20.
before the
Yeah.
plague.
I'm sorry, people. I don't have the Sepultura catalog, so I really only
He's-
know old Sepultura.
He's 52.
Fucking beast.
Dude's a giant. He's like 9'10". He's massive.
He's 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
It's like he's the kind of guy where it's like you would not trust a handful of any kind of drug from him because you're going to overdose. It's going to be way too much. Like my handful, it's like a tiny handful, but like Derek Green's handful would be like
Andre the Giant.
dude, that's like enough for 5 people. That's way too much.
No.
You might even say he's got junt hands in a way. Not to be offensive, dude. But I'm just saying
He's a blessing or whatever
yeah.
it is.
What did
That he is.
Igor was a drummer, right?
Max played guitar and sang.
Yeah, they're brothers. Right?
Yeah.
See, I learn every day.
So they were kind of like the Diamond Vince of
Right.
Sepultura.
Sorry,
Man, with the comparisons. I'm sorry, Trip Six. I know you're
Or the
listening.
Krogers from Nickelback, kind of
Yeah.
like that.
See, now you made me think about grocery stores, dude.
Kroger, is that how you pronounce?
Man, they're the
name?
Krogers of Publix, dude.
Chad and
Yeah.
they're two brothers. that are in
Kroeger.
Nickel- Kroeger. Yeah,
I think it's Kroger.
I don't shop there no more.
I don't
man.
shop there either. I mean, I would.
I wouldn't.
If that was by my house, I'd shop there.
No, you wouldn't. I'll
You
tell
know what?
why in a
I
little
would.
bit. I'll tell you why in a little bit. You wouldn't.
What about if it's a Piggly Wiggly? They have
Fuck
some
yeah, dude.
charming
Piggly
people.
Wiggly is awesome.
Piggly Wiggly's got some charming folk.
They got pickled pig's feet.
That's
You
called,
can't find
I think
those.
that's called chitterlings, dude.
No, chitterlings are entrails.
Or that's chitlins or whatever. It's
Yeah,
soul food.
it's entrails.
What song did you want to hear?
Oh, anything new? I was going to say either Satan is real, hate Uber Alles,
Kreator.
or anything new Kreator.
Creator.
Because everything they played last night was... The cool thing about last night is how everybody's sets, even though it included old shit and new shit, blended kind of seamlessly.
Yeah.
Across the board.
It really did. And all three bands were different. Okay. Because you got Death Angel, which are kind of the bright, shiny, lightning fast guitar licks, shreddy. I mean, all of them shred, but still. And then the high pitched voice singer, and then you have Sepultura, which is just, like I said, primal fucking caveman, fucking violence wrapped in a little package, and it explodes in your face. Yeah.
Potent violence.
And then to me, Kreator is, I got to say Kreator. I kept saying Kreator. It's Kreator. Or is that fucking, almost Venom. I mean, much more talented, but just that aura. You know what I mean? That old devil kind of Slayer-ish type, but with the German feel. It's just, all three bands were so different, but they fucking work so great together.
You know what's funny with Kreator, because I think Millie usually refers to the Kreator fans as the hordes.
Yeah.
But it totally seemed to fit and make sense, because his presence on stage, it kind of gives you that sort of, kind of like Tom with Slayer, it gives you that kind of evilosity feeling. There's, and it's going to be evil, yay.
But it still feels, to me, it feels so 80s, and I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that old school, like when you watch.
But it's not cheesy, though.
Not cheesy at all. But when you look at those old Ultimate Revenge videos, you know, it still felt like that. Yeah,
similar to the TV.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. So glad we did that.
I know.
Yeah, we've got to make it like a once a quarter type thing.
As long as good shows keep coming. Listen to that. And it sounded that good, too.
Yeah, really did. Yeah. His voice never really changed.
No.
He still sounds fucking awesome.
I know, it's crazy.
Riffs are still sick as fuck.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if you time travel back to 1989 and popped into somebody's boombox, it'd have been like, bro.
Yeah.
What is that? It's like, oh, it's not extreme aggression.
No.
It's later. It's way later.
But it's still good.
But you'll appreciate it when you get there.
That's right.
Yeah, so I would definitely give last night's show. I don't know what kind of rating would do it. I'm going to give it like 100% bone across the board for everybody, really.
Sure.
But I don't want to say I'm giving it 3 boners, because then it sounds like we're rating porn. So I mean, that's just weird.
I can't think of anything that wasn't good about it.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been to a lot of shows over the years. And of course, this one's the most fresh on my mind, but it ranks up there. I mean, it's in my...
I think it was the whole experience.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, even at the bar. The bar wasn't a crowded fucking mess. It was like they had literally like 6 different bartenders, and they had like a limited amount. Literally. But it was like there was never any lines, so it's like you could get served by anybody. The bathrooms are pretty easy to get to.
It's this new way that they're making venues. Like you've heard me, I've mentioned the Eastern a few times. Yeah. And
How do you think that compared to the Eastern? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just
if the
wondered.
balcony would have been open, I would have liked it better.
Oh shit! There's a balcony there.
Where we were last night,
Yeah.
there were stairs going up. They had a blocked off.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
Well, fucking. Well, they may not have done that. I guess if they didn't sell enough tickets.
I don't know, but for
So it's kind of like the Tabernacle in that way, I guess, right?
yeah, in the Eastern as well. But the last few shows that I've been to that have been in the newer style venue, it seems like the entire side of the building that's not the stage. So you got the stage and then you have everything behind you. All the new places, that whole area behind you at the back wall is bar. So it's not like a little bar over here, a little bar over here.
Yeah.
It's all
One
bar.
continuous
Right.
bar.
It's one continuous bar.
Okay, so that's like an architecture thing, and that's
Right.
how they're doing that.
Yeah, that's how,
Okay.
and that's kind of what it was last night. That whole back wall was bar, except where the merch stuff was.
So would you say it's kind of comparable to the Eastern
In a way. In a way, yeah.
In terms of like the logistics of that.
But they're making the venues make more sense because it
that's
sucks to be at
awesome.
a show and have to stand 45 minutes to wait for a beer. Where now it's just like they got the whole big ass bar in the back, and there's 10 bartenders back there.
Well, even the merch table, you could fucking buy your merch and be watching
Watching
the show
show.
right
Yeah,
fucking
right
there
there.
without
Well, that's where we stood.
fucking missing the show because I'm way the fuck over here.
No, we stood at the merch table.
Yeah.
The whole night, basically, right next to the soundboard.
That's what was bad about the Bucket Theater.
Yeah,
Is the merch was
in a shitty spot.
well, no, it was like outside of the venue.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
That's like going to amphitheater, like the Verizon or
You
whatever.
have to step out of the
Yeah,
show. to
you
go.
got to go to where all the beer vendors and everything are.
I definitely like how it was set up. It's like the only thing they were missing there, which they may have had, and I didn't pay attention, was food. But it's like short of that, I thought the venue setup was great. The logistics were great.
Yeah.
Even the merch was great because it's like the whole time we're over there standing by, you can look at all the shit and look at the band, and it's like as you're watching the band, it's like, oh fuck, and I want to go get one of those hoodies and a hat. Oh fuck, they got koozies now.
But you mentioned food. The thing is, right across from the little cobblestone walkway there, or whatever that was
Square.
a tapas restaurant. So I mean, we literally could have walked out of the concert because you had your stamp. You could have walked over there and gotten some fucking street tacos, and then walked back.
Oh wait, I thought that meant tap ass. Like
tapas is like single.
I was
food
gonna
item.
say I didn't know if it was like a brothel.
It's a Spanish thing. It's
Okay.
instead of ordering a big entree, you get a bunch of little things.
Oh, that's right, little plates. That's what it means. I thought he said tap ass, and he just was saying it real fast.
Tapas.
Like I didn't know what the deal was, so I was asking him to be real about it.
It was called Daiquirieville, which probably meant they had pretty good fucking daiquiris in there. It was called Daiquirieville
think.
Tapas.
Yeah, but do you think their food's gonna be as awesome if it's like they're named Daiquirieville? It's like, okay, it's Daiquirieville.
I would probably trust their food more so than I would the Masquerade
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Or your Taco Bell.
or your Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It was good to meet
Andrew?
Andrew. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, Andrew's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
That shirt was awesome. It took me a minute. It was like A, B, C, D, E, F, U, K. It was A, B, C,
off,
D,
what?
E, fuck off. Yeah. He seemed like a fun dude, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of
He's a great guy.
vibe-wise to hang out
Yeah.
Great
with.
guy.
It
He's
was really
funny as shit. He's a good dude.
Hail to you, Andrew.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was fun. And
Thank
you
you
know, if it wasn't for Andrew, I wouldn't have known about it or thought about it. I know we knew about the show earlier, but we didn't talk about
Yeah, I
it.
completely forgot.
And then, he texted me thinking about selling his ticket because his friend wasn't going and he didn't want to go down there. And I'm like, you know what? I thought I had a wedding this weekend, so I wasn't going to be able to
You
make it.
felt wrong, man.
But I didn't. It's next weekend.
Yeah.
Really,
So I was like, yep, metal show time. Let's go.
let's do it.
Yeah. So
Oh, you know what? Before we sign off, I wonder if we should give the last word to SpiritWorld. Maybe give them a taste.
oh yeah, great
Since we
idea.
kinda missed
yeah.
him.
Yeah, just pull the one with the Miss Coke lines and
Yeah.
let her rip. I think I read they were horror western punk.
That's a fucking mouthful. That sounds like a mutant recipe, man. That sounds almost like fried chicken stuffed lasagna.
Gross.
Dude, no. I mean, it would probably be not good for like after drinking, but
Kind of like
otherwise.
what I had for brunch today, though.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn, I'm kind of wishing we had seen them.
it was.
Uh-oh.
It was a
Is there loads of Coke lines?
No, just the
the
name,
aesthetic.
the names of the fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
Death
dude.
Western, Moonlit Pagan Rhythms.
I think Death Western's their most recent. I believe.
It looks like it, yeah.
Not 100% yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
November 2022.
So let's give that one a look.
See how many Coke lines they got.
That looks like it would have been.
Wow. Most of the songs, lots of Coke lines.
Yeah, that's.
Lots.
Well, let's give the old tiddly then, huh?
Yeah.
Death Western.
Hell yeah.
No doubt. Damn.
Well, okay. Well, that just reinforces my point further. So we paid our money to see the show, and we only got to see 3 of the 4 bands. So if you're getting to see all 4 bands,
Get there
a
early.
bargain basement.
Yeah.
Get there fucking at 4 o'clock. Fucking front load if you got to in the parking lot. But go check these guys out. I'm wishing we would have caught them last night.
Yeah, that
So
was
I bet they put
badass.
I bet they open hard.
Yep.
In fact,
Looks like they got 5 albums out.
Sweet.
wow. Okay.
I like their album covers. They're
Yeah.
creepy as fuck.
Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah.
pimp out Spirit World. Might have to do a dive on them at some point of some sort. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
great idea. All right,
Anyway,
fellas.
let's get out of here and empty your balls. See you guys.
Indeed.
Thank you for listening. And until the next.
Until the next.
We'll leave.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Yeah. Well, not really. No, only go fuck yourself, San Diego, if you don't go see Death Angel Sepultura.
True.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
And Spirit
channeling my inner Ron Burgundy
Yeah.
there for a moment. So
You need like the inner porn mustache.
yeah, I can grow a mustache.
Ron Burgundy's got the best one. Man.
Yeah, he does. I bet it tickles.
I wonder if his. I think he's got his pubes done the same way, like a pube mustache, like over the top, where it looks like an umbrella.
Never really thought about it, but maybe.
And like whenever, like if it gets hard, maybe it looks more like a golf, like a putting wedge or something. I don't know. I'm just making up shit now. Anyway, until the next, we're out of here. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Good night.